Thank you all for coming. I was going to say something else. I usually take these 3 minutes to talk about the EU and how I think we need to link it to immigration to keep public opinion anti-EU, or how we need to bring politics home and make sure that people have a job and an NHS bed and a nice house to live and schools where children are educated and not indoctrinated. But I must respond to what you've just heard. You know, it's easy to call me Marine Le Pen. It's easy to call me National Front. It's easy to dismiss all of these things. I don't care. I don't care what people call me. I don't care what the press calls me. They've begun apologising to me, by the way. Let me tell you what I do care about. On the train on the way down here today, I read an article about Sandwell in Birmingham, where over a 5-year period, more than 6,000 young British children were raped by grooming gangs in that small area of Birmingham. 6,000 children in a 5-year period. I care about that. And I care about the fact that we are still lying. We are still attacking people. Look what happened with Sarah Champion, the MP for Rotherham, when she dared to speak up and tell a few harsh home truths. It's the truth. When she dared to speak it, she was forced to resign from her job. Soon afterwards, we have another Labour MP who retweets on Twitter that girls should shut up for the sake of diversity. I care about this. This is the rape of Britain's daughters. And the truth of the matter is that we have imported hell on earth, and that Europe is still importing hell on earth. Thousands of ethnic Christians. I will not run away from this. I will tell the truth, and I will stand up to the corrupt media who continues to smear and lie, and I will stand up to anyone, including in UKIP, who continues to smear and lie. This is the rape of your children. But stand up and fight for them. Thank you. You know, I said at the start that we have to bring politics home, and it's a mistake for politicians to speak only to other politicians and to talk about politics all the time. And I really believe we can reinvigorate the British public if we have policies which they understand and relate to in their everyday lives. And the first one, I propose a freeze on immigration. Particularly, I think UKIP has been too vague on immigration in the past, and it's been back and forward and we're not really clear about it. I want a freeze on immigration, particularly from outside Europe. It affects absolutely everything. It affects everything. Hospital beds, school places, welfare state, everything. We need to be clear, and we need to bring some stability back to this country. I want to expand the border force as much as we can afford to, and find out who is in this country illegally and who is in this country involved in violent or organised crime, and remove them from it. This is a priority, and I know it's a priority with the public. Second policy is a complete review of the NHS and the welfare state. Now, I support the NHS and I support the welfare state as a safety net, but the absolutely shocking mismanagement and waste in both of them has got to be dealt with. We have to find out exactly what is going on in our welfare state. I hear the most shocking stories from social workers and others about the money being spent on trivial, like large screen TVs. If this is true, we have got to stop this. This is public money. We have to stop it. If we can reduce waste, then I suggest we reduce taxes along with it. And the third one is I want to put in place a process where the Crown Prosecution Service and every police force in this country has to answer to the public for their failure to keep our streets safe. We will have no more political policing. The police will be obliged to investigate crimes, and the CPS will be obliged to prosecute on decent evidence or explain to the public why they are not doing it. This is where I guarantee you, if we can get messages like this, and I can only give you 3 sadly, but like this, messages, clear messages on what is involving everyday lives of the people of this country, I guarantee you millions of them will listen and millions of them will respond. Thank you. it's not about being anti-Islam, it's about being pro-truth. We have got to deal with this issue. The next couple of decades, it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. The terror attacks will become more and more frequent. The rapes, the assaults will become more and more frequent. We have got to deal with this. And all I am saying, what has made me an extremist, all I am saying is, let us talk about the religion itself. That is a responsible, reasonable thing to do. When you look at all the crimes, when you look at all the troubles, not just in this country, but around the world and across Europe, the responsible and leader-like thing to do is to say, let us have an open, honest debate about this. No shouting and screaming of racist and bigot and all the rest of it. Honest, open debate. The public wants it. The public wants it. Even with mass propaganda for years, 47% of the British public believe that Islam is incompatible with British society. 47%. That's almost half the country. They have no representation in politics whatsoever. And the same figure, 47%, want a complete ban on Muslim immigration into this country. Now, even I don't go that far, but that's half the country. And the last time I heard Nigel Farage speak, I think it was in Doncaster, but I may be wrong, he conceded on stage that both he and Donald Trump were, as he put it, to the left of public opinion on this matter. He conceded and acknowledged that actually public opinion is very, very strong on this. They have never had a politician who will respond correctly to this. All they've had is crazy racist anti-Semitic nutcases like the BNP. No, we want a pro-liberty, pro-Britain, pro-law and order response, and we want the truth, and the public is ready for it. Thank you.
Our party at the moment does already stand for keeping Muslims under control. That's already what we stand for, and that's a key thing we stand for, and it's coexisted with our crushing defeat in the last general election. Now, I didn't name Anne-Marie specifically last time, but I think Anne-Marie is a woman of great passion. I think she has a very great gift for speaking, and I admire her. And she likes to cast herself as a person who is speaking truth to power. But actually, I'm not sure that her commitment to truth is quite as good as it could be. The very first time I met Anne, she said there were 130... There were 130...
Okay. Could I have some order, please? Could I have some order? I think, Ed, if you are going to chuck the accusations about...
No, I want to talk about facts. I want to talk about facts. When I first met Anne, she said there were 137,000 victims of female genital mutilation in the UK. I was absolutely...
I've never heard that figure in my life.
Can we hear what you want to say, not what you think others are saying?
Yes, all right.
Could we please move on to another speaker? Could I have you sit down? Thank you very much. Now then, yes, I'm getting there, please, Peter.
It's getting a bit much now. It's getting a bit much now. I just want to quickly say, David, Pakistan is not Deobandi or Wahhabi, but they still kill people for blasphemy. Peter, I agree with you. This is the only party that has had the guts to do this. And Henry, I'm afraid you're just offering more of the same, more political correctness. But how dare you stand up here in front of all these people and tell them that I have lied about. I have never used the figure 137,000 about anything. I have no idea where you're getting it from. I said about 65,000, the estimate, which is around what your report said, Peter, and probably around double that at risk. Now that is accepted figures by the government, which I believe came from your report, Peter, and I've never used anything else. What I do say about FGM figures is we have absolutely no way of knowing what the true figure is because of the secrecy and because of the politically correct culture hiding it. How dare you stand up and tell all these people that I'm lying? It's simply not true.
So I'm going to be brief. The 137,000 was a smaller figure than the figure Anne-Marie just mentioned.
no.
Second point. No, second point. Of those 137 or 165,000.
About you, the whole evening.
No.
All you've done is slag everybody else.
Or 165,000.
Why don't you talk about you?
I just want to make a point
All
about the
you're doing is
fact
slagging everybody else.
of that number, 700 took place in the UK.
Why don't you talk about you?
And therefore 130,
Adam,
6,300 or 106,300.
could you please sit down? Could you please sit down?
Ladies and gentlemen, do you consider yourself Democrats? Do you consider yourself intelligent, thinking people who will source all the information and make up your own minds? I'm sure you do, and I hope you are, and I hope that you will do me a favour of reading what I say and not what other people say about me. Please do that. Please do that. The lies are absolutely extraordinary. And I wish and I hope that you listen to what I'm saying and read what I say and not what other people say about me. Look, we have a massive, massive mission. We have a massive, massive mission. We will only fulfill this mission. We have to get out of the EU, we have to reduce immigration, we have to restore stability to this country. This is an enormous mission. We will only do it when we have the public on our side and when the public are paying attention to us. Now I have seen, since this campaign started, the media have been all over me. I've had more media coverage, I would assume, than anyone else on this table. I've had massive media coverage. I'm also seeing, I've heard one Guardian article that 1,000 people had joined the party after I said I was standing. I'm seeing also that the media presence and media activity, I am in the lead on that as well, and media interest and people reading about me. There is a lesson in this. There is a lesson in this. Anyone who thinks that this is far right and extreme and doesn't know A, what I'm saying, and B, is out of touch with public opinion. The public are interested in what I'm saying because I'm saying what they are thinking, and I am saying it in the way they say it to their friends down in the pub. They don't want any more PC nonsense. They don't want any more poring over every word for fear of causing offence or saying the wrong thing. It's time. It's time for a strong, courageous, robust leader who will not shy away from big battles, and that, I believe, is me. Thank you.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.